First, we gathered all of our materials, which we needed a pipette, a bulb, 4 beakers because there's a stock solution and 3 dilutions, and a 25 milliliter volumetric flask. Here we're seeing preparing the stock solution. It should be a nice dark blue color, like so. You'll see in the next clip. This dark blue color, and then you're good. Now after it's prepared, we add in some water to dilute the stock solution. As you can see here, it gets a little bit foggy, so we had to go back to the fume hood, add a couple more drops of ammonia in order to get it back to that dark blue color. After that, we continue to dilute it. As you can see here, the meniscus is at the line. And now here, we're just mixing it up, and then we'll add it to a nice dry clean beaker, and that's going to be your stock solution, which is going to be used for our first dilution that we will be making. Now we're going to use our pipette and our bulb. We're going to measure about 5 milliliters of the stock solution to put in the 25 milliliter volumetric flask. And then after, we're going to dilute that. As you can see, we got it perfectly right at 5, and then we're going to put it in the flask. Now here we're seeing diluting the stock solution. We're going to get it to the 25 milliliter mark. It's a long process, but as you can see now here, we have it right at that 25 milliliter mark at the meniscus. And then we're going to shake that up, and we're going to pour it in a new clean dry beaker, and that's going to be our first dilution. As you can see, we now have our stock solution and we have our first dilution. And also, don't forget to prime your pipettes. Here we're seeing priming the pipette. Now we're going to use the same process for the next dilution moving forward. Now we're going to follow that same process by using 5 milliliters of the solution before and then diluting it to that 25 milliliter mark. As you can see, we're checking everything at eye level, making sure that the meniscus is right at that 25 milliliter mark in the flask. Then after, we're going to shake it up again, and we're going to pour it in a nice clean dry beaker. And then we have our stock solution and our 3 dilutions right there, and we have everything all labeled so we can remember. As you can see, these are our observations that we recorded in our lab notebook. We use the dilution equation of M1 times V1 equals M2 times V2. Here, the stock solution is the concentrated starting point, which is the M1 V1, and the dilution, which is the process of adding solvent to decrease the concentration, is M2 times V2. As you can see, for the first one, we used the number from above, which was 0.0200, and we multiplied that by 5 because that was the volume of the stock solution that we used, and that equaled the concentration that we were trying to find after we diluted it, and we diluted it up to 25 milliliters. So after that, we got 0.004, and that's the concentration for our first dilution. As you can see, as we kept diluting, the concentration only went down, which makes sense because we are adding more solvent, which decreases the concentration. So here you can see that after the second dilution, it went down to the concentration was 0.00008, and for the last one, it was 0.00016. M1 also represents the initial molarity and the volume of the stock solution, and M2 and V2 represent the final molarity and volume of the less concentrated solution, which is the one that we diluted. Now everyone is seen here cleaning up. We could put all of the solutions safely down the sink with lots of running water, and we're just making sure that we clean everything thoroughly in order for next lab groups to use. And that's all.